Life. Are you satisfied with your life? If you were, you wouldn't be here. Do you feel as if there's more out there? Do you feel as if there's a fog that prevents you from knowing certain things? Are you aching for greater meaning, a connection to something bigger, something more powerful and ever-present? Do you know that you're more than you know right now? Do you feel as if your life is somewhat lacking of spirit, of passion, of unmitigated joy? Do you feel the grayness of everything, the sameness, the social conditioning and expectations piled upon you to do and say what is proper and right and normal? Do you yearn for connection, creativity, full spectrum relationships that are connected through pain and happiness? I can't tell you what lies beyond the unconscious, what is in store for you when you become more aware of different aspects of your life. But I can tell you that it is more real, more life-affirming and joyous than where you and I have been. Like the Matrix from the movie of the same name, life can sometimes feel as if we're plugged into something not of our choosing that guides us through each day until we select a coping mechanism, maybe some wine at the end of the day, a beer, a smoke, a weekend party, the couch, your favorite TV show, a day where we do nothing. Whatever. Do you feel it? Do you feel the mind's prison that hides the real, tangible world out there? I know exactly what that feels like. Today, we will start to uncover what it means to look deeper inside ourselves than perhaps we have ever done before, to discover just what we need, what we desire, what is lacking in our lives. And in doing so, we can start the journey to repair us. But beware, this is not a journey devoid of pain, of sorrow, and it can throw us into a foundationless void where we're overwhelmed, or your connection to what you once understood falls away like quicksand, and you are left to rebuild your entire existence, a whole new you. But that's also an incredible place to be, where the journey awaits us, and we get to rebuild. I've heard this background noise, this voice in the back of my head that told me something is coming, some event, some time where things will converge and I will know something greater. Something will happen. And as I started to question and discover subtle secrets about who I was and what I was capable of, I knew I was on the right track. As I slowly understood what the universe had in store for me, what I was capable of, and what was inside, the layers I had created from the time I was a young child until I was a full-grown adult started to slowly slip off of me, to fall away. My life started to feel more complete. I started to see more. My sight was sharpened. My understanding broadened. I realized that knowing what something is a fantasy. It's in my head. It's related to the meaning of the word, and it's supremely biased based on my past experiences. And it's vastly different from how an experience feels, which might actually be a more accurate description for something than merely a word. Can you remember a time when you got lost within time? Where time had no meaning, where you had no sensation of time? I don't really mean like in front of a TV or computer game, but the kind of lost that we get when we're in a feeling that is really aligned with our spirit, like at a concert, a discussion with a friend, or a late night talk with somebody new. These are when now takes over and there's no past and there's no future. And now is all there is. These experiences when time literally falls away are expanded moments of now. Let me say that again. These experiences when time literally falls away and has no meaning are expanded moments of now. We know these moments because they're rare and we're supremely aware of them when we slip out of them. because we grasp for them. We want them to last longer. We want to control time after it's gone, and we can't. And a certain kind of sorrow is felt as the now recedes away and we're left with the tick-tock ticking of the seconds going by once again. Do you know that by digging into our past, to how we have reacted, we can start the process of understanding why we react, why we do the habitual things we do, and gain more control over our actions. Get this, by letting go of our reactions, of the ties that bind us to an emotion. In this way, we can actually shape our future, shape it for the better. But to know better, to know joy, we must also embrace pain. The Buddhist doctrine about detaching from suffering is not an avoidance of pain, it's the embracing of all the pain and the negative feelings that may come our way. It may wash over us, but it offers us a perspective that we have grown to shun, that we've been conditioned to avoid. If we can fully embrace pain and sorrow, we become more resilient to it. We recognize it and realize that it's not the end of anything but transitory. It ends, and it leaves us with a more centered appreciation of what it was attached to. I believe that the more we experience, the more passion and highs and lows we go through, the more centered we become. Our mind is a magnificent coping mechanism. Have you ever tried to get a rise out of a person who has had grand adventures, has lived a life and truly come through the pain and the sorrow and the negative aspects of challenges and conquered them? They're more self-confident, and they portray a demeanor more centered than most of the people we'll ever meet in our lives. So, before we begin, I'll say it one more time. The journey can be overwhelming for some. Some people quit their jobs, completely change their lives, seek new partners, move away to faraway places. Once you start this journey, there's no going back. Once you invite awareness in, it can never and will never leave you. And it can burden your mind until changes are made to align your behavior with your true desire. Okay? Are we ready to begin? You have the courage to begin because you're here. Now let us find the strength to continue together.